everybody, it's Catherine from Jane Catherine on Books, and today I'm going to do a quick review of all my Netgalley reads and a few that I've got on my Kindle. So I'll start with the lowest star. Now, if you recall that for my non-fiction November, a collection of previously banned Victorian erotica, anonymous anthology, and it was good. We had quite a bit of chat in the comments below about it. Me thinking, you know, good old naive Catherine or not, decided that you know, it'd be quite mild. But oh goodness me, with the Victorians erotic. I've given it 2 stars because it's not my sort of book really. It's very graphic in places, and it's an interesting book. So I think it's very useful if you want to look, say you're doing an essay on Victorian literature, or you want to look into all sides of stuff that was written in those times, then I think it's an excellent portrayal of a good mix there. They're not all Victorian, there's 1 or 2 I think that aren't, but for enjoyment of having a nice fictional read. I mean, this lot, oh goodness, I don't say it'll keep you up at night. Oh no. Sorry, it'll set me off giggling now. Keep you awake at night, but then I can't even say that because of the contents. No, we'll not go there. Yeah, so I'm not saying it's not, it's very interesting to go and have a look at, but from a point of view of a good read and something that I could sit down, you know, snuggle down, cosy, no. So I gave it 2 stars. So have I got a 3-star on here? I don't think I have actually. Even my Richardsons. No, so next I'll talk about the Richardson series. Inspector Richardson series is by Basil Thompson. I'll give you, obviously I'll have the pictures up here. I've read 2 recently. Cheryl from CR Flames fan and myself. This is our monthly read, buddy read. And we get a bit carried away because we're enjoying the series. It's building. And I think we're on book 6. We're just about to finish book 6. It's a nice cosy, a bit of police, I can't talk this morning for a Monday, police procedural in there. There's some good plot lines, but there's just, I think what we like about it is, I can't say that I'm enamoured to Richardson as a character. You don't see him outside of the workplace, but it's just, they've just got these funny mannerisms, you know, that they come out with that really wouldn't be allowed today. Some of the names they call people, very sexist comments. Oh, what do you expect from a woman, you know, women, I think there was one in the latest one, something about women hide things in the most ridiculous of places, and I thought, yes, I agree with that. Yes, I put some Christmas presents away months ago and I can't find where I've put them. Hidden them away somewhere, and it's never the same place. So we've just finished book 4, which is The Case of the Dead. This is set in France, and this is the death of a diplomat, and that was thoroughly enjoyable. I gave it 4 stars. And then my favourite of the series so far is book 5, The Dartmoor Enigma. I thought that the plot was more complex. It got a really cosy feel to it. I gave it 5 stars. It was just my favourite in the series. So have a look at that. Good old cosy series there, but a bit more substance. You know, it's a completely different type of cosy to, say, MC Beaton's Hamish Macbeth. This has got some interesting police procedural in and some interesting forensics in there, but still it's very much of its time, and some of the things you have to say with tongue in cheek. So that's those 2. Then 9 Perfect Strangers, the latest one by Lianne Moriarty, is out, so I got that from Netgalley, thank you very much. And this is a thriller. There's 9 people that have decided for whatever reason that they're ready for a rest, and they're going to go to a retreat for a bit of a sabbatical, and off they go to this a type of health farm, shall we say, that's got a really good reputation, but middle of nowhere. And you get to know the reasons as to why all the characters are there. And the characters, I really like the characterizations. They're really believable. The reasons why they're there were really believable. But it has got some, shall we say, some mild psychological element to it. All is not what it seems at this this retreat. The owner isn't all what she seems, and yeah, some strange things start happening. It was very nearly a 5-star. The reason why I deducted a star was I then thought the ending wasn't that realistic, you know, with everything they've gone through. It's just, oh, hello and bye and see you again next year sort of thing. So that was 4 stars. That's now out. Then I reviewed 2 non-fiction books for the publishers and the authors, and the first one is Joyful, and that's the surprising power of ordinary things to create extraordinary happiness. Goodness me, what a long title that is. Now, if you've been with me a while, you'll know that you know, I've been a nurse for nearly 40 years in the health and wellbeing field. I have my own business doing stress management and spiritual help, and I like all things about self-help, healing. I'm a Reiki practitioner, and so I like getting these books to review on Netgalley. Now, if you go over to Louise, the Big Head Bookworm, if you're not already a fan of hers, you need to get yourself over there. She's done some amazing posts recently. She has recommended some pagan books and other self-help books. She's doing stuff on gratitude at the moment, and you know, all those sorts of things. It's surprising once you get into the habit of meditation and you know, looking at the joys in life, then you know, it's surprising what comes up for you. So I really liked Joyful. I felt that it was written in individual chapters, looking at each section, what to work through. It got a workbook at the end. I always like them when they have a workbook, some exercises for you to have a look at and have a work through, because there's no point to me in then just giving you all the blurb about the theory behind it, but then, you know, look at how you can put it into your everyday practice. So that was really good. And then the other one that I read was Unleash Your Inner Superpowers and Destroy Fear and Self-Doubt. They always seem to have long titles. By the time you finish reading the title, you don't fancy reading the book. But, you know, but it's, this was my favourite of the 2. It was beautifully written. It's very powerful. It's something that every one of us can improve what we think about ourselves. We're our own worst enemies, aren't we, for self-doubting and pulling ourselves down. And this is looking at how we can feel better about ourselves, how to be more confident, how to destroy the fears in our lives, and move forward more positively and have a more enjoyable life, really. There was a great workbook style, great worksheets at the end of each chapter, and they were very flexible and actually very doable for everybody. They weren't, you know, too highfalutin, as they say. So it says what it does what it says on the tin. I thought it was amazing. So 5 stars for that. So they were the 2 that I reviewed recently. A good addition to get in your local library for everybody to use, really. And then finally, A Little Snake by A.L. Kennedy. This is coming out, I'll have to look, I'm not sure actually, I'll put it in the details, I can't remember. It's coming out soon, or it's about to come out. And I did this review for Netgalley, and wow, what a book. I wasn't expecting this to be as enjoyable as it was. As you know, I'm not a big high fantasy. I do like the occasional magical realism in my books, and I'm not one of over lyrical writing if it's done over the top, as you know. This has got the perfect balance. If you look at it on the face of it, it's suitable for all ages. So on the surface, it's a fable about a little girl and her pet snake. And it really, if you read, it reads very much like a traditional fairy tale fable. And it very much reminds me of Hans Christian Andersen and all those fairy tales that we used to have when I was growing up, when I was a little girl in the 60s and 70s. And, you know, on the face of it, you could just read a nice fairy tale. Not saying it, you know, not overly scary for the children, but it had got meaning behind it. The style of writing, she'd really captured the style of as I remember it in being read to me at night. That was amazing. What is so clever about this is there's a lot of, there's layers. There are many layers of underlying contemporary images, contemporary ideas. So on the surface, you know, to the children, it's this nice story about the snake, and it's got some hidden meaning in it and helpfulness. Underneath it all, it's very contemporary, what's going on today. You can look at whatever layers you want to and make whatever you want out of this book. It's very, very clever. It's beautifully written. And that says, you know, for me to really hone in on something like about the lyrical, beautiful writing, it's really got to be exceptional for me to really notice it. Because, as I say, some people are, are very lyrical and go on forever and a day, and it's just boring lyrical to me. It's beautiful sounding, but got no substance. And I feel that this had substance to it. I think it was very, very clever, very deserving of 5 stars. And I'm going to send for that. I'm going to have that as a hard copy. I think it's something that I can keep rereading and reading and getting more out of it. So if you know somebody that likes that type, into fairy tales, and likes something that's got deep, beautiful images and concepts, then I think that'd make a lovely Christmas gift. So there we go. I thought we better not leave behind the stuff I've read on Kindle and the books that I've reviewed for publishers. Thank you very much for Netgalley for supplying some wonderful reads this month, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.